Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be finally watching the second episode of Overlord Abridged by the Numbskulls. This has been so long in going that when I first started watching Abridges, this is one of them. This was, oh god, it came out 2 years ago. That just kind of penetrated my head. Wow. Back then, it wasn't the Numbskulls. They were still Team Dai Gurren, and honestly, the reason I watched the Abridged in the first place is because I was a massive Gurren Lagann fan, and I actually might have accidentally gone back and watched my old reaction, and was I always that cringy? I mean, I know I'm cringy, but yeah. Just gonna block that out. Just blocking all of that out. Moving on. Why am I moving on? I don't remember doing anything, and I probably should stay that way. This is going to be episode 2 of The Abridged, and I am really looking forward to this because I remember Numbskulls being really good at doing this, and I watched Overlord based on their abridge of it, which means I'm actually going to get the jokes this time that I missed, because apparently I missed a lot. I mean, it's me, so yeah, par for course. But I actually watched the show now, and yes, this is one of the few times where I can say I actually watched the anime in advance. Technically, since I didn't watch it for episode. We're just going to ignore the technicality. You guys know the drill. Link below, original episode. You've already hit up because it's Team, or I was going to say Team Dai Gurren again. That's an awesome name, but I can get why they changed it to Numbskulls. Because, you know, they're not doing Gurren Lagann anymore. Still need to watch their old stuff. Let's get started. Ooh, new intro. I like it. I need to do one of those.
I pay my taxes to have real people in my bar, not
What?
fucking lizard people. Ah.
Is he being... Oh, God, it's a lizard people racist joke. That makes sense, because I mean, this world's pretty screwed up, but...
My lord, have you left yet?
Is that... She has a body pillow.
Oh.
I just noticed she had a body pillow. I've seen this scene before. I never noticed that.
Have you seen our lord? I need to speak to him about cocytus. He had a
God, his
baby
voice
with
is perfect for the role.
tumbled down a flight of stairs.
What?
Lord Hines is right here.
How did I forget this?
Is that a body pillow?
Demiurge, you insult our Lord.
I love you, Alberto.
Okay, that makes it even
I
creepier.
love you too, my Lord.
And she gave it a voice box.
That actually
Well,
makes it
be sure
creepier.
to tell me when he returns.
I-
And please get dressed. Your job is to look after Nazarick while our lord is gone. And
No, she
get
isn't.
rid of that thing.
Also,
Okay, fine, keep it.
what the hell? Oh, that's a little cool edit. I love that. How they actually had the... Oh, but they did it from the back so you don't see the front, and it actually works much better that way. I love edits like that.
So,
That's brilliant.
to reiterate, we're here to see what this world has in store for us. What allies to keep, what enemies to make.
All of
Yes,
them.
Lord Hines.
And that's the first thing. From now on, when we don this gear, we are Momon and Nabe, two simple adventurers.
Yes,
Simple.
Lord Momon.
No, it's just Momon.
Yes, Lord Just Momon.
It's not.
Oh, God, I
most
wish the
important
voices for
part
the
of our
like
objective
actual
is to
canon were
lie
these.
Low.
They're just so perfect.
Sir, with all due respect, that's a hypocritical statement.
What do you mean?
The inn?
I'm here to kill bitches and break tables!
And I just found a fuckload of tables. Your point?
That's your version of laying low?
We had to establish we're not to be taken lightly.
That's
Part
prison,
of
not a
Momon's
bar.
character.
But wouldn't it be better to be seen as a hero in the human's eyes?
Oh, come now, it's just a little bit of fun. Besides, when you're as powerful as I am, the whole morality thing doesn't mean much.
And
So
there's
then,
Overlord for
why
you.
not the secrecy? Why not just invade with all of Nazareth?
Do you know
Too
the
easy.
worst thing about betrayal, Nabe? It's that it never comes from your enemies.
That's
think I
literally the
understand.
definition.
Plus, it's good to have a break from all the overloading. I really don't want to be in a war zone and have to deal with Alberto and shouts at each other's throats, and God forbid
Yeah.
Pandora's actor.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
Haven't got that far in the anime yet. I kind of lost track in the Lizardman arc. Second season. Heard it got good after that.
Yes?
And during
we
it.
have a predicament.
What?
I can't read.
Neither can I.
Shit.
I wish this Nabe was canon.
With it.
Well, take this job.
I wish all of them were canon.
That's the guild resignation form.
Yes, of course. I meant this one.
That's a marriage license.
Oh!
This one?
That one just says kick me. Sheep farming, dry cleaning. Ooh, wine tasting.
What kind of push of a guild
Take
are
that!
you running?
Take that!
Excuse me. We are the most elite guild in the country.
Wine tasting.
Elite wine tasting.
That's actually a thing. Like, unironically a thing.
Easy. It should never be this difficult to find one damn quest.
No, dude, they want us to kick them, not the board.
Oh, for the love of...
Is he gonna throw
Find me
her?
a party already on a quest.
Of course, sir.
You're looking for a party?
No, you must have misheard me.
I'm sorry, the second I saw blonde hair, I just thought Goblin Slayer. They're all gonna die horribly, which I know they don't,
Sometimes
but
if I say go the fuck
at least some of
away,
them
it
do.
comes out as I'm looking for a party. Just a
think.
common mishap.
Mr. Momon,
Yes.
the Swords of Darkness are looking for an extra party member.
Ooh, they sound edgy.
the squeak.
I'm Peter. This is Luke Root. Sup. Dine.
Nice to meet you.
And this little ball of anger at certain times of the month for no apparent reason is Ninya.
Hi.
Welcome to the Swords
Just remember
of
what happened to her.
Darkness. That's not the final name.
Yeah.
I voted for Axe of Cyclone. No one asked about your inferior name, Luke Roots.
Here we go again.
Boys, we talked about this. What do we do when we don't agree?
We
seek towards empathy.
Now?
I'm sorry, Luke Root. Peter, I don't think you're a balding fetus.
Luke!
Fine. A malnourished fetus.
I'm stealing these.
That's the best we're gonna get out of him.
Another one for malnourished fetus.
I
They're
want to kill them.
What?
What Nabe is trying to
Oh
ask
my God,
is,
I need to
what
pause and
do
read
you
that
want
later.
us to do exactly?
Oh,
for advice on good at
Drum
insults.
roll, please.
Oh, okay.
We're going
They actually
monster hunting.
They actually did a drum roll. Why is that amusing? It's so stupid. I love it.
Monster hunting.
Is he gonna do it again?
No.
No, mon amour, je t'aime. My petite amie
What?
Toupee. Please don't go.
What?
Oh, like,
Wow, you can speak Japanese?
Yeah, we're done here.
No,
Was he speaking Japanese? I thought it was.
Actually,
French.
we had another meeting with,
Mr. Momon, Neferia Baliar is here to see you.
Neferia, yes! Where is the little bugger?
Excuse me, Mr. Momon?
Why? I was just trying to protect
That's
Play
adorable.
along. Neferia! Hey, buddy!
Also, that face.
How's it hanging? Doing good? You look good.
It's been
Are
2
you
years,
on
and I
Mr.
actually realize
Momon's
now
Party?
No.
Yes.
Memo to me.
he looks like the main character in the
Hey,
off-brand anime
Peter.
out there.
To
Every
talk
character like that.
Young.
So, Neferia. Hey, I think that we
I'm
should get
Peter.
along.
I'm stupid.
Hey, I'm okay, all right?
God, he's such a
Great.
dick. Bar, for course.
Am I allowed to talk, sir?
I thought they were gonna animate him taking off his helmet.
Yes.
So, what's the
Not you!
He's so pissed.
Well, I need to gather herbs at Karn Village. It's not far. It, will probably only take a day to get there. Is that okay?
It's fine.
I don't know, a day?
It's fine.
The man says it's fine.
He's so done with this. I love it. He also took the party over already.
Mr. Momon,
What, Treebeard?
may I blow the horn of joy?
What? That phrasing is I love the name they gave it.
So,
Because it's so
as a magic
terrible.
caster, what do you do in an actual fight?
Well,
Die.
I got magic missile.
In this scenario, you don't have magic.
I got a stick.
I'm pretty sure sword beats stick.
I got my
Not
grab.
hit hard enough.
Sword also beats hands.
Well, they can't hurt me with a magic force field.
Wait, no, that's bullshit. You can't do that.
Nabe? Although my heart is wounded.
I love how that actually pissed him off.
My love will never die for you.
if not for my lord's orders, I wouldn't hesitate to
Hey,
rip you.
hey.
Calm down.
It's even better because he's not calm in the slightest.
Everyone ready to go?
I just need a minute.
Peter!
And we're off!
It's just a nice contrast between the original, where he's very calm, collected, and this one, he's a giant pile of rage, and I think he's actually more human because of that. Granted, in the original, it's because he's not allowed to get emotional. In this one, he's incredibly emotional, and it's amazing to see.
Six-legged dragon with 2 heads and can shoot magic beams from its eyes. And all
Ghidorah?
you have is your bare hands.
I could take it.
Really?
I faced much worse.
Oh god, they're still doing a
You know
versus
there's
battle.
Legends of a monster that rules over the forest near Carne, yeah? They say he's the size of a tower.
Oh yeah, the hamster.
I'm interested.
I've heard it has bat-like wings and a serpent's tail.
Interest peaking.
Are they gonna
Has
get to it?
enough magic to hold back a dozen armies.
Are they actually gonna get to
Interest
him? The
crowning.
freaking hamster?
It has mega big teeth.
And interest gone. Thanks for ruining everything, Peter.
Oh, come on.
Boys.
Seek towards empathy.
Oh god,
Fashionable,
he's even.
man.
Your time of death has been
Wow,
slightly.
they actually got him into it.
What? Excuse me?
That's weird. I don't remember a fence.
Get the girl.
Surprisingly good voices.
Oh, you gotta be
Not going gruff or
kidding.
anything.
State your business.
I'm here to see Henry.
We're monster hunting.
Wrong choice of words. Smart
Clive
use of
Ball says
tactics.
they die here.
10 says the blonde one dies first.
You're on.
Okay, this doesn't have to end badly. We're just gonna need you to stop.
Are they gonna edit in their?
What's going on?
Ah, boss.
Nefaria!
Hi, Henry.
Did we come here just so he could have a heyday with this female?
Yup.
So this adventure was...
Pointless, yes.
I'm still more impressed that the freaking
How you been?
cleric.
Well, my family died. Karn was crusaded twice.
Twice?
Twice.
The first wave was only here for about a day, and we were rescued by the most amazing man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First, it's been too long since I watched this
I
show.
could only imagine what it would be like to be in his arms.
Skeleton. Kind of bony. Not gonna make the obvious
What
joke.
about the second time?
Oh, that was much worse. Population is down to 6, and the only guards we have are these cute little boys running around.
I see. Does it, ever get lonely?
I mean, yeah, after a while. Sometimes I wish I just had someone, you know?
Hey, Nefaria, this is your old buddy Luke Root. Now, I'm gonna give you a little tip.
Is he actually?
The number one
Is he
thing
actually?
you
Or is he
never wanna
remembering this?
do is get in the friend zone, okay? Okay.
No
What?
friend zone. Got it.
You're a great guy, Nefaria.
No.
I'm so glad to be your friend.
Okay, see that? That's the problem. You got 2 options. Accept your fate or fuck her.
Fuck her!
What?
Hard!
So, tell me about this Ainz guy.
Oh, he's wonderful. 8 feet of pure man. Ah, if only he didn't have a woman following him around.
Did he, get irritated easily?
Oh, of course. Men of higher intelligence often do that.
Oh, I'm getting pretty intelligent right about now.
Best line ever. I love that line.
Fuck her? Are those tears?
He was actually shouting in.
Fuck tears?
He was actually shouting in. Oh my god, really?
You're getting in too deep.
Am I? From where I see it, I've gained their trust, and therefore they aren't suspicious of us in the slightest.
To
them,
be
my
fair, they're
alter
pretty
ego
dumb.
Doesn't even exist. Yes, that what?
Oh, that's one way to resolve it.
You need to stop.
Yes, my lord.
No.
Oh! Really? I even said, why so serious?
This is Ainz Ul Gold.
Okay, I gotta say first off, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the hamster, if only because I want to see what they do with that giant pile of kind of disappointing humor. Not that it's, disappointing humor. Okay, I should probably rephrase that. It's humor of it being disappointing, where he's like, you build up, it's a freaking giant hamster. I mean, it has like a snake tail, but it doesn't matter because it's a giant hamster. I want to see what they do with this, because they're inverting the characters in really refreshing ways. I know reversion or inversion of character is a basic trope in abridging, but it's just so cool because technically Overlord is a little off from that. Where, at least in the main character's case in canon, He's not allowed to get emotional in this one. They just got rid of that little limitation. So he's actually very canonically himself with a change. I mean, I think he's not thinking it out nearly as much. But on the other hand, he's way more emotional. So you can make the argument. I think it would be a stupid argument, but I would make it because of the stupid argument. I like how they're actually keeping a lot of the characters the same, but they're hyping up only aspects of it. It's not a complete inversion, as a lot of shows do. It's also not a very steady, true base of the character. It's a more comedic take, and it's just a take on him as opposed to an inversion. And I'm enjoying this because it's just fun to see. Things I was surprised about, though, would definitely include, I know I've mentioned this already, I'm going with cleric of some type. I don't even know. I don't even remember his name. I'm pretty sure he dies soon. Granted, I could be wrong. Been a while since I watched the show, I know. Who actually got Ainz to do seek understanding or empathy. I think it was seek empathy. I almost missed it. I didn't think he was talking at first. Without the lip flaps, you just have to go on voice, but you could hear him. And I was like, is that what I think it is? I think that is what I think it is. They actually had him saying it. I love that they actually got him as part of the group. Not only that he took it over already, but he's being subsumed into it as an actual group member, not just a guy who's lording over them. His overlordiness. Hey, the joke sounded better in my head. Well, actually, no, it didn't, but I said it anyways. I like little things like that because they're just an interesting take on his personality that they're just throwaway lines, but they're throwaway lines that do give you a better sense of who he is in this Abridged and actually differentiate him from the original because Canon Ainz would not do that. He would not get so far into the group that he would just by default go along with what everyone's saying. He would not do that. It would always be a well thought out, cold, calculated decision. And while he might have an emotional investment in it, which is what happens later with the honestly incredibly badass, overpowered fight where he just shows what it's like to fight a lich. Lich, not leech. Different. Clementine, yeah, that was a giant pile of what the hell. I love seeing him as a much more human character, despite the fact that it's just weird to see a more human take on a character in an Abridged. And I love that they're doing that. It might not even be intentional, but the ending effect is still there as that. And it's beautiful to watch. Also, Nabe. It's like when she's being super deferential, but then she's also being sarcastic by being super deferential when she intentionally misinterprets the lines. It's a brand of humor I just find very fascinating and fun. So I'm kind of absurdly weak to that. I enjoy that Numbskulls chose to go that route because it's very fun to watch. As for Albedo, I know I really geeked out over it, and it's such a tiny, minuscule edit, which probably took them a couple days minimum, unless they're super talented ending, or I'm really overestimating. I don't know how to edit that well, so I could be very off. Just that little thing where Demiurge actually manages to annoy her, and of course the joke is, well, pseudo-joke, is that she was actually added into the anime. She wasn't in the light novel series. Yeah. That was the thing. Demiurge was in charge during the light novel series. So if it ever seems like Albedo doesn't really do anything, it's because they're trying to stay true to it with an extra character who didn't exist. Yeah. So the fact that he actually managed to piss her off, and then you just see that little bit where her face opens up and there's like that scream effect that he's freaked out. All you can see is it from the back, but it's really cool to watch because it shows you that, at least in this variant, she has a lot more depth. And yes, she's putting on a nice face. A nice, freaky, kind of putting a voice box in a body pillow face. Good usage of that line. It's just a quick throwaway little joke, but it actually really hammers home just how creepy it is even more. And I just like that they did that. But that little edit at the end where she loses her temper. And then you see Demiurge just going, oh God, just the freak out when he steps over the line. It's little moments like that because, again, this is something that canon would never do. Not just the voice box line because they wouldn't acknowledge voice boxes, but Albedo going over the line with someone other than Shoutier. And not just in a humorous way, but dropping pretense in a method you don't expect and not for a big plot point, but just there. I love this. I like their take on the Abridged because they're doing something that feels honestly more real than canon does in some ways. But also a compliment to it because it doesn't take away from canon. The basic plot points are still there and they're still building up what the show is there. It's what got me to watch the first one. But it's those little things I think are just so brilliant. And I think I need to go rewatch the original video just to see how much they've improved. Because it's been 2 years. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, it's been 2 years. I definitely appreciate what they're doing a lot more now. And if you haven't already done it, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up because that was, if you haven't guessed, very good. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.